What's up guys, John here. Welcome back to another Destiny video. Today, it is Tuesday, October 28th, and that means the weekly refreshes of the raid, the Nightfall, the Heroic, and of course the daily, which refreshes daily, but that's beside the point. The weekly refresh for Destiny is here, and today, for this week, we have the Nightfall strike for the Nexus. And what's pretty tough about this one, I'm not gonna lie, it actually took me longer than figure out the summoning pits, is that it has void burn, and the Hydra boss at the end does void damage. So pretty much, you can get two-shot by the boss and pretty much just end the entire Nightfall strike. Now, you want to go ahead and skip to the part, I think it's about the last 5-6 minutes of this video. I'm commentating over what I've already pre-recorded just because it saves me a lot of time, and for the most part I can at least get some good clips of me actually running through it. So again, I'm really not cheesing this boss at all, because I pretty much fall down where the Hydra's at and whatnot, but you can see that at the very end. But right now I'm just going to show you and kind of commentate through the video as I progress through the strike. Now here, the very first area where the 3 servitors spawn that you have to kill, I pretty much hang out in this one room in the very beginning. Now most of them are gonna be attracted to you, so they'll pretty much come down the steps, straight left and right from the sides, as you can see right there. There's one servitor in the back over there. I've already killed one while I was commentating. If it gets too crazy right in the front, you just back up a little, and you'll be safe right there. The weapons that I'm using in this strike is the Vision of Confluence, which I also replaced with the Atheon's Epilogue. Vision of Confluence, the only reason why I'm using it here, and only in the beginning area, is because it gives me enough range to pretty much do damage to anything without being shot. And the Atheon's Epilogue, I pretty much just end up using at the boss fight. So you'll see me just use a Vision of Confluence just again because I have a ton of range on it, and pretty much I can set myself up where I can shoot the enemies and they can't shoot me. And also because of those dang shanks, they have the flame shields, and honestly they're just really annoying to deal with, and that's why I stuck with the Vision of Confluence. You could also stick with the Icebreaker if you have that. But you want to make sure you have at least a pretty decent and upgraded primary. And another reason why I use the Vision of Confluence is because I have it maxed out, and it's pretty much my go-to weapon for anything else. Now, throughout the entire strike, I don't use any exotic weapons. All I use is the Vision of Confluence, which is solar, and again, which I replaced with the Atheon's Epilogue later on, which is void damage. And my secondary I stick throughout the entire strike is the 77 Wizard, which does void damage, and the rocket launcher, I forgot what it was called. I think it's the Unfriendly Giant. Again, that does void damage. That Unfriendly Giant, pretty sure you guys are gonna want to use a rocket launcher instead of a machine gun throughout this strike, because a lot of the enemies that do void damage that you want to kill quickly, you're pretty much just gonna want to shoot it once, at least with something powerful like the rocket launcher. Pretty much get away from it and not get hit by any of the void damage, such as the minnows, the servitors, and pretty much that's it. And I guess the Hydra as well, but you're probably better off using the fusion rifle or something similar to that for everything else. You could end up using the Suros, any other legendary auto rifle or scout rifle throughout the entire raid. And pretty much you're going to want to go ahead and take it easy. Everything is straightforward. Nothing here is really too tough. Just got to progress slowly through each room. And here are as you can see, those shanks, and they're really annoying. So I pretty much take them out real quick and easy with the Vision of Confluence. And here are, what are these? These are Reaver Vandals. As you can see, the 77 wizard comes in handy. The only thing I don't like about this 77 wizard that I have is that the charge rate is extremely slow. Oh, and also I forgot to mention that I am doing this on my level 30 defender titan. So he's pretty much maxed out. The perks that I have on him, of course, are the bubble shield, because that's the super. Word of Dawn, or whatever it's called. And I'm using the helmet of the saint. Pretty much when they walk in towards the bubble, they become blinded. And the perk that I'm using in conjunction with the Word of Dawn is the Weapons of Light, which pretty much gives me a 35% increase. And then what is it? That very last perk that pretty much increases either Weapons of Light or Armor of Light, I think it is. So whatever multiplier that is, it pretty much makes it even tougher, or makes me even stronger, more powerful, whatever you want to call it. Weapons of Light, in the end, you'll see it helps me out a ton. Here I was actually using the Atheon's epilogue, but I felt it wasn't too necessary because with the Vision of Confluence, I pretty much two-shot these goblins. And like I said, you just want to progress pretty slowly, because the further you get into this one, the harder it gets, especially in this little area where the harpies are at. Because I remember a few times actually when I was trying to take out these harpies, sometimes the hobgoblins would come in from the right side, and there would be I think there is 2 access hobs. Yeah, there you go, there's one. They blink inside, they pretty much start shooting the void launcher at you, whatever the void launcher is called. You kind of want to watch your back constantly when you're taking those guys out, because they pretty much stick to the left side. And there's another access goblin shooting the void launcher. So I'll pretty much just take out these guys one by one. And you're going to want to note that up there on the right side, there are 2 hobgoblins. I just quickly take them out with the rocket launcher. And see, it's a perfect example of you needing to watch your back whenever you're in this room. You're taking them out. Luckily for me, these guys were just regular hobgoblins. They weren't the Axis ones. The Axis ones I did end up killing first before anything, pretty much. So I was in the clear to take these out nice and calmly. So after you focus your fire on all those guys, you're gonna want to focus on the hobs, or you could do the hobs first, either or, whichever comes first, you know. Again, take it at your own pace, because you really don't want to go out too far until you have everything pretty much dead, because those 2 minnows on the outside will wreck your face. You shoot constantly with the those void launchers, so you want to be extra careful when you come out here. Now I'm just here surveying the area, making sure I got everything, making sure the radar is clear from enemies, so pretty much there's no red on the radar. Now here, the goblins always spawn in here. You want to take them out quick. None of them are axes, none of them have the wood launchers. They just have the slap rifles, I think it's called, or something like that. But they're pretty easy to take care of. Now here in the next part, I check the grenade. It fails because it doesn't hit anything. They're pretty much that one group of goblins. You could easily take them out. Nothing too difficult about that. These guys, every time I encountered these guys, I always chuck the nade. But I think it was like 90% of the time it failed. I think I ran through this strike, or before completing it, I ran it about maybe 4 or 5 times. Which technically did take me longer than the amount of times I actually did it with the summoning pit. Now this is a tough part. I died about pretty much almost every time here. I try to figure out the cheese spot going into the left side up there in that cubby hole. That didn't work out for me. Every single time I went up there, I would get hit by splash damage and die constantly. There's really no room to maneuver yourself like around and try to dodge any shot from the boss or those minnows down there. Now, the reason why I jumped is pretty much because I saw the Axis minnow spawn behind me on the radar. So I jumped, tried to take care of these guys as quickly as I can. And you're gonna see right here, I use the Word of Dawn with the Helmet of the Saint. It helps me out a ton. Now, by the time this video's out, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to kind of get this done with my Hunter, which is is level 29. I mean, I've gotten it up to a couple times here while video's been processing and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure I'll have it done eventually. But if you are a hunter and if you are pretty much under leveled or the same level as the strike is, you might want to end up doing this with a couple people. This is probably one of the hardest ones to solo, just for the fact that it is void damage and the boss does void damage. And yeah, I do have to say that this was one of the difficult ones out of the ones I've already done. As you can see, weapons of light with the unfriendly giant, splash damage is pretty much maxed out, or the blast radius. So I pretty much shoot the Nexus shield dude, and splash damage just takes care of him. It does over 5,000 damage. Pretty much, this is I guess what you would call the cheese spot. Not really a cheese spot, but yeah, it's really not a cheese spot because I'm down here at the bottom fighting the boss. So it's pretty much just taking it on the normal way, but my strategy is to go right here on that little ledge. You'll see me do it in a second. Again, this is not live commentary, it's pre-recorded to make it easier on myself. So that's the little ledge. You want to pretty much get as close as possible as you want because the Nexus dude is going to be shooting the ground, and you really won't get hit by splash damage at all. You'll be protected, and yeah, you just do that constantly. Now, every single time you take his health down to a certain portion, you're going to want to be careful and pretty much take out every single ad you can before they start surrounding you. Because the only thing here that will pretty much kill you are the ads, and they're not really tough at all since none of them have any void damage, except of course the boss. The only thing that will kind of be annoying is the harpies, which have the arc shield. You're gonna want to take them out as quickly as you can. You can equip like an arc fusion rifle, an arc shotgun, or whatever, but the void fusion rifle pretty much does all the work you need. As you can see, perfect example of how the setup here works. It's pretty much close up close to the little ledge. I pretty much strafe back and forth here, just for the reason that he focuses fire on the last place I've been. So he was on the right side, I went to the left. He's shooting to the left, so I go back towards the right, stick close to this ledge, and pretty much get off as much shots as I can. Now again, the ads are spawning in. I get hit quite a bit hard there, so I pretty much move back. The reason why I think this area works a lot better when you're soloing is just because you have more area to maneuver and more cover to get away from the splash damage. When you're up over there, either behind that huge pillar or wall or whatever it is, you can barely see the boss, and you have to wait a long time for him to either like turn his shield around or get to the right spot, and you're not really going to be hitting criticals on him because he sees you, you're going to get shot and you're going to get wrecked. Again, with the little cubby hole up there, it you can't get away from the splash damage. I tried multiple times and I couldn't even get him to half health because I was hiding most of the time trying to just not get hit. He shoots up there constantly since you're the only one there, and the splash damage just ended up killing me. It wasn't even direct hits at all, and it's really dark up there as well. I had to turn my brightness to the max, and it still didn't help me because there's not really a lot of maneuverability up there. You get stuck in like cracks and stuff like that, and you constantly have to keep jumping, which then pretty much makes the guy shoot towards the ceiling, causing splash damage, pretty much ending your Nightfall strike right then and there. Now, again, I said I love this area here. You're pretty much in perfect cover. You're able to move around a lot, and once you see those ads, you pretty much start focusing completely on them. You can completely ignore the Nexus guy, the Sekhiron, whatever his name is. I don't even bother learning some of these names, but you can completely ignore him and go pretty much back and forth, and you won't be hit by splash damage. Again, the ads don't do any void damage, so you're pretty much safe there. So that's just me, my way of doing the Nexus strike. Again, I am level 30 and my armor is pretty much maxed out, Most of my weapons are almost maxed out. Only one of them, which is the Vision of Confluence, which I pretty much use most of the time during the beginning up until the boss fight, is maxed out. Other than that, everything else is pretty much upgraded to the point of the Ascendant Energy upgrades. Now, if you are going to be trying this solo, you might fail quite a few times, but it'll take a few tries to get used to the bearings and get used to where you need to be and pretty much kind of figure out your own kind of strategy to it. If you want to try the little cubby hole in that wall, you could, but it might take a lot longer than you expect. And I would obviously recommend to try to do this with a group of people that would pretty much make this a lot easier. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this guide helps you out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And before I end off this video, I just want to go ahead and show you just one way I did it with my Warlock. Right before I actually finished this with my Warlock, I did end up doing it with my Hunter, and I went and took these exact same steps. So pretty much right here, you're gonna want to go ahead and kill all the minnows that are there again. Now I think it's much easier just running the Defender down below, just because you have the bubble shield. But the Hunter, you're definitely gonna want to run, and the Warlock, run this method that I take after you kill these guys right here. Just give me a moment while the video continues on. And after I kill a couple more of these guys. Again, after you kill a few of them, the Axis Minnow will spawn behind you and you will have to jump, or else he will one-shot you and kill you. So as you're jumping down, you're going to want to go to the left, up the ramp, and then pretty much jump on this pillar. And I think I fell about 3 times or something like that before I actually got on there. Nope, I made it on the 3rd try. You don't want to jump all the way across there. Pretty much sit yourself right there whenever you're going in for cover. From here you can kill all the ads and the minnows. Mostly the minnows you're going to want to take care of, obviously, in the beginning before you start fighting the boss. So from here I just end up just shooting the minnows when they come close. And eventually they'll come closer to me. So what I ended up doing too, before I did it with the Warlock, is I thought might as well jump up here to see how this works with the Hunter. So I did end up doing it, and I ended up getting it on my 2nd try, because I tried doing it down at the bottom with the Hunter, just as I did with the Titan, but it didn't really work out all too well. I ended up getting killed. So, you know, you're gonna want to figure out which location works best for you, and again, it will take you a couple tries, so hopefully it's nothing too bad. So there you go. Once yep, I take out the minnows now, and he is starting to spawn, I think. Or I think I may have one more minnow left. Nope, there he goes. He's spawning now. So pretty much, you jump up here, unload on the boss. If you end up taking one hit, just back down into cover like I do right there. Boss will come closer to the ledge, so he doesn't end up hitting you as much. Again, be careful, because you can get splash damage from the back there. And then just it's a rinse and repeat. Just jump up, shoot him a couple times. He will start backing up. Once he backs up far enough and starts to hit you, you're gonna want to just pop back down. Don't do what I did there, which is rocket launcher yourself. I think I did it like twice in this run with my Warlock. So just end up shooting him for a little bit. He backs off too much, so you go into cover, he'll move closer, and you can pretty much go ahead and take out all the ads, and that's what you're going to want to do, just because they will throw the void grenades up at you. And I actually didn't end up finishing it up here. I had fallen down because I had too many grenades thrown at me. But again, once you see those ads, kill them all immediately as fast as you can. It's just gonna make the run much easier. So again, thanks for watching. Hope this guide helps you out. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.